Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Multiplex Movie Warzone. I am your host today, Andrew the Dive Bar. With me is Dylan Van Thine. Dylan, I think we have an exciting match today. We have Kumite versus, which is Bill Carriola and Jake Meltzer versus Double Indemnity, Kaleb Boatman and Cameron Redshaw. This is the third in the trilogy. If I'm not mistaken, they've split so far.
Yep.
So this is the rubber match. What are your thoughts on today's match?
Yeah, super exciting. A lot of history between these two teams. I believe they debuted against each other.
I believe
and then
so.
Double Indemnity got the best of Kumite in that match, and then Kumite later avenged that at the tag team Turmoil. So yeah, this will be it'll be really interesting to see who takes the trilogy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's start talking. I guess we'll bring their manager in as well. But let's talk with Double Indemnity. Double Indemnity, how are you guys feeling today? What's your thoughts going into this match?
Some clarifying
statements
to make.
It's Kumite versus Double Indemnity 3 here. Koho, is there a problem with this?
I was going to say some clarifying statements. This is technically 2. The Turmoil match does not go on our record. So
that's fair.
We're gonna call that a fluke. And when you say we got the better of them, that's an understatement. We knocked them out the first time we played. So, in what I would call the legitimate rematch, I'm excited. They're better than they were before. There won't be a knockout, but I would love it if it was.
I prefer to call this 2.5. Still acknowledges that Turmoil happened, but it also acknowledges Turmoil wasn't a real match. 2.5, like Lion King.
Exactly.
Looks like 11.5 on the board there.
It does.
You can also call
them
that.
rolls.
We played 11.
We've
Okay,
been through this so many times.
Well, this is already starting up to be real interesting. Let's bring in Kumite and their manager today, Tony Durso. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? Is this 2.5? Is this 3? Is this just 2? Why do you have a pipe, Bill?
Because of all of the high art I've watched recently in preparation for this match, I feel a certain smugness come out. In fact, I saw somebody with a DVD from a Marvel movie, and I slapped it out of that little kid's hand. And I gave him a copy of 8.5. So,
God, why would you do that?
Because I feel this weird superiority now. It's fucking weird.
Because high art.
So, may not be on Double Indemnity's record, but it is on ours. So that shit counts, kids. Just like herpes.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think we should just start. We're gonna say bye to you, Tony. We'll talk to you later. Okay. I'm uncomfortable.
You can give me this pipe, by the way. I'm gonna use it.
I made a mistake in giving you that pipe. All right, so let's get things started. We're gonna start with round number 1. Y'all know how round number 1 works for that one new viewer that we have. Round number 1 is gonna work like this. You're gonna get 8 questions in 8 different categories. You're all gonna be writing down the answer on your whiteboards. When I ask them, you to reveal them, you will show your whiteboards and say your answer verbally. You will have 15 seconds to answer. You will have 3 repeats and 1 challenge. If you lose your challenge, you lose your challenge for the remainder of the match. With that being said, are you ready?
Yes.
Cool. You know what, Dylan? I'm going to have you read the first question.
Sure thing. All right, so your first question comes in the category of sci-fi fantasy. What are the humanoid androids referred to as in Blade Runner?
So, running with blades is bad. Okay. It's very unsafe.
Are you a fan of the song Paranoid Android by Radiohead?
I am. It's one of their best.
I am not.
5,
That band sucks.
4,
Wow.
3, 2, 1. Deduction of 1 ghost point from Bill Carriola.
That's fine.
You know, let's start with you.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, Bill.
Replicants?
And Boatman?
Replicants.
Jake?
Replicant.
And Redshaw?
Replicants.
All correct. Replicants being the correct answer. Your next question is going to come in the category of crime. Who plays prison escapee Frank Morris in Escape from Alcatraz?
Have you ever escaped from prison?
Yes, but it was an imaginary one when we were playing cops and robbers when I was a kid, so it doesn't really count, does it?
Okay.
5, 4, 3. As far as you know, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Boatman.
Clint Eastwood.
Okay. Jake.
Great Gorilla song. Clint Eastwood.
It is a great gorilla song. Redshaw.
Clint Eastwood.
I feel like I'm being delayed. And
You are.
Bill.
It is a great gorilla song, and it is Clint Eastwood.
So Clint Eastwood is the correct answer. All right. Moving on to the next question. Dylan, hit him up.
Yep. So the question comes in the category of drama. What 2010s drama primarily takes place at a strip club called Moves?
Do you like? Go ahead. You first.
We're 2 for 2 on music references for these questions so far. Do you have any for this one?
I like to moves it. 5.
No.
4,
Enough.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jake.
Yeah, get King Julian out of here. Hustlers.
No. But okay. Redshaw.
Also said Hustlers.
Bill
I also just guessed Hustlers.
and Boatman.
It's a strip club movie. Hustlers.
Hustlers is correct. As we move into your next question, which is going to come in comedy. Name 2 of the 3 lead actors that play the traveling drag queens in Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar.
So, how many producers do you think heard that title and said, "Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, well, we should call our movie that"?
At least 5,
Okay.
4, 3, 2,
Repeat.
1. Oh, okay. That is Kumite's first repeat. Your question again comes in the category of comedy. Name 2 of the 3 lead actors that play the traveling drag queens in Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. Who would you thank in a movie title?
Oh. Man, I don't know. Start the countdown, please.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant move. Pens down. So let us start with Bill.
John Leguizamo and Wesley Snipes.
Boatman.
John Leguizamo and Wesley Snipes.
Jake.
I said Patrick Swayze and Wesley Snipes.
And Redshaw.
Sorry about it. I didn't have it.
No worries.
All right. Well, we did name all 3. Patrick Swayze, John Leguizamo, and Wesley Snipes.
And I erased Patrick Swayze for John Leguizamo.
Funny how that works. Dylan.
Funny.
Yeah. So your next question comes in actors and actresses. Who appeared in the following films: Made in Manhattan, Nixon, and Hook?
Best hook of a song. Go.
So many songs, man. I don't know.
Start
This is
again.
why I try to start with the questions now.
4,
I don't have to answer them.
3, 2,
Repeat the question.
1. Okay.
Okay.
That is Double Indemnity's first repeat.
Who appears in the following films: Made in Manhattan, Nixon, and Hook? Oh, actually, I think I talk about one of my favorite hooks on an upcoming episode of Off the Stones, which is probably out by now.
Ooh, not yet, but good.
When this
plug.
uploads, though. Yeah.
Oh, fair. 5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Can you
Pens
go to
down,
the first
please.
time markers fading?
Sure. Start with Boatman.
Bob Hoskins.
Jake.
I also said Bob Hoskins.
Redshaw.
I don't know what possessed me to write Glenn Close.
And Bill.
I also randomly just decided to go with Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins is correct.
Okay,
Well,
I got a marker.
Cool. We're going to move into your next question, which is going to come in classics. What classic musical takes place in 1904, features the holidays of Christmas and Halloween, and ends at the World's Fair? ever been to the World's Fair?
Oh yeah, all the time. It's like
Pretty,
it's always happening.
Yeah, pretty worldly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're gonna start with Jake.
Meet me in St. Louis.
Boatman.
Meet me in St. Louis or St. Louis.
Meant to go to Redshaw next, but Redshaw.
Meet me in St. Louis.
And Bill.
Is that Red Dawn?
It is Meet Me in St. Louis.
I fucking
Sorry,
have
Bill,
no
it's not
idea.
Red Dawn.
It's okay. They went the perfect route. It's fine.
All right,
Right.
Dylan.
Yeah, so your next question comes in scores and soundtracks. Chad Kroeger and Josie Scott recorded the song Hero for what 2000s film?
Oh, sorry. Instant reaction of hearing that name.
Josie
Yeah.
Scott? Whoop.
No.
Well,
Is this the part where I apologize on behalf of Canada for one of these artists?
You absolutely should.
Fine.
Yes.
4, 3,
And we're not talking about Bryan Adams.
1. Pens down. We will apologize for the other guy, though. Redshaw.
Spider-Man?
Bill.
Spider-Man.
Boatman.
I wish Jake was back. Jake Marangoni. Spider-Man.
And the other Jake.
I mean, I love the movie almost as much. Spider-Man.
Spiderman.
No one will ever love that movie almost as much as Jake Marangoni.
That is
It's true. All right, moving on to your final question, which is going to come in the realm of animation. In what animated movie will you find a company called Big Weld Industries? This sounds awfully graphic, so I'm actually going to keep this to myself.
Okay.
Nickelback is the worst thing that ever happened.
4, 3,
I'm never letting that go.
2, 1. Pins down. Redshaw.
Robots.
Bill.
Is it robots?
Boatman.
Robots.
And Jake.
Robots.
Robots is the correct answer. With that, we have 2 perfect rounds. Jake Meltzer and Kaleb Boatman. So both of you will have to go to your whiteboards for this in order to get this. And your question is, what is the profession of Jeff Daniels' character, Flip, in terms of endearment?
I haven't seen this.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Pardon me.
1. Pens down. You are pardoned, Bill. Let us start with Jake.
Yeah, it's high on my watch list. I just guessed reporter.
And Boatman.
Professor.
Professor is the correct answer for the true perfect round and tying the game up, if I'm not mistaken, Dylan.
Yep, 15-15. I believe.
15-15. Great
Jesus.
start already for these two teams. So with that, we are going to go into the wheel round. And since I refreshed myself earlier, I have to reshare my screen. Here we go. Okay, so we are going to go into the wheel round. The wheel round works as such. Each team sent us 2 strengths to put on the wheel, and then we have 4 more categories that are just random. Teams will spin at the wheel. If they don't like what they spin on first, they have the option to spin again. But if they do that, they have to keep whatever they spin on the second time. You have the option to go to multiple choice for 1 point. If you do that, though, your opponents get the chance to steal. Otherwise, if you answer without multiple choice, they are worth 2 points. So be smart about your decisions. Kumite, since you are the higher ranked seed, we're going to go bring in your manager first. Would you like to spin first or defer?
I think defer is the way to go.
What do you think, Jake?
I'm cool with that.
Before you guys decide, let me actually remind you what your categories are today. So we have 90s black cinema and 80s non-fandom horror, which are Kumite strength, Oscars and 60s best director nominated films, which are Double Indemnity strength, and also the categories of romantic comedies, drama, comedy, and westerns.
I think this is a good wheel for you guys, so I think you can defer, and I think you'd be all set.
Works for me. Let's defer.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you guys are deferring, which means I will bring in Double Indemnity's manager. There he is. One Kaleb Koho. And the spin is in. And you land on Oscars. Keep that or spin again.
I'd keep
Oh, we'll take it.
Okay.
Good job, man.
So let me take Koho out. And Dylan, how would you like to read their category in Oscars?
Sure. All right. So your first question in Oscars. What was the most recent year in which the Best Supporting Actor class consisted entirely of people who had previously been nominated for Oscars? And we need the year of the ceremony.
Okay. My initial instinct is 2019, because who's 2019? That's Pacino.
It's Pacino, Pesci, Hopkins, Hanks, and Pitt. Yeah.
Pitt, yeah. Okay.
So unless there's one more recent, because
All right,
2020
in
and Paul
2020, Paul Racy got nominated, so it's not him. In 2021, Troy Kotzer got nominated, so it's
Yeah,
2019.
so it's the 2020 ceremony. They needed the
Wait, were they
ceremony.
wanting the year of release?
4, 3.
Should we repeat?
Repeat the
Just-
question.
What was the most recent year in which the Best Supporting Actor class consisted entirely of people who had previously been nominated for Oscars?
You guys didn't say if you
in
wanted year of
parentheses.
release or year
Yeah,
of.
and
Year of the ceremony.
So
Okay.
2020.
Then 2020.
2020 final answer.
that is correct for 2 points. Sorry, it was in parentheses. I didn't know if I was supposed to repeat that part. Yeah. Who was the first person to win 2 consecutive Best Director Oscars?
Is that John Ford?
John Ford does it in 40-41.
Did anyone do it before him?
5, 4,
I think let's just shoot for it.
3,
Okay.
2.
John Ford, final
finally.
answer.
That is correct for 2 points. What film lost the Best Original Song Oscar in the only year that only 2 songs were nominated?
Rio.
Real in Rio. Or is it the film or the song?
They said what film?
Okay, so Rio, yeah.
Rio, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. How many Oscars did Elmer Gantry win?
Okay, so best actor, best supporting actress,
And adapted screenplay.
And
I think
adapted
it's just those
screenplay.
3.
and I want to say it's just those 3.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I think it's just those 3. So 3, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question in this category. John Lithgow received his first Oscar nomination for what film?
The World According to Garp.
Okay. Yeah, he got there before Terms of Endearment, right?
Yep, yeah, that was
Yeah,
80.
that was the
We got
previous
back-to-back nominees.
Yep.
World
Yep.
According to Garp, final answer.
And that is correct for the clean sweep of the category.
All right. So with that, we are going to move into Kumite's spin. Let's bring in your manager. And your first spin is away. Westerns. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I would not
We would
like
like
to
to
keep
spin
that.
that
Yeah, we would like
again.
to spin that again. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Your spin is in. You have to keep whatever it lands on this time. Maybe not this time. This
No, we
time.
I would prefer not to keep that. That'd be great.
Oh, Lord.
Maybe this time.
I'm gonna nap. Let me know when this is over. And
There it is. Opponent's choice. So let me bring in Koho. So, Double Indemnity. What would you like Kumite to answer?
So
I know what we had talked about, but do we want to go Westerns or do we want to stick with the plan?
what do you think? I'm actually leaning towards Westerns.
You know what? Let's go for it.
Yeah. We'll give them Westerns.
Westerns.
Okay, so Westerns it will be. Let me take Koho out. All right, so Kumite, are you ready for your questions in Westerns?
Yeah,
We
all right,
shall.
that's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
You're going to get them anyway. So
I know.
your first question. You will find a man whose wife and son are murdered by a gang called the Redlegs in what 70s Western?
I have a guess, but I have zero confidence in it, so I think we have to check the multiple.
Multiple choice it is.
5. All right. Your multiple choice options are A, the Shootist, B, the outlaw Josie Wales, C, High Plains Drifter, or D, Little Big Man.
Okay, so my guess is on there. Both of the movies I was thinking of are there.
Okay.
So it's just
5. 4.
Can you repeat the options again, please?
Yes, I can. Your options are A, the Shootist, B, the outlaw Josie Wales, C, High Plains Drifter, or D, Little Big Man.
Is there one that just on gut you were thinking of those?
I've seen none of those films, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I'll be mad if it's the other one, but
5.
The outlaw Josie Wales. Final answer.
That is correct for 1 point. Your next question. Who plays William Evans, the son to Christian Bale's character in 3:10 to Yuma?
It's Logan Lerman, Bill.
Cool.
Percy Jackson himself, at least for now. Logan Lerman. Final answer.
And that is correct for 2 points. Your next question. How old is Maddie throughout the majority of 2010's True Grit?
I know the age range. I want to say 11, but I'm not confident. I think we should check down.
3.
All right, let's do a multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, 12, B, 13, C, 14, or D, 15.
Well, it's good that we checked out.
Yeah.
For some reason, 14 is sticking in my head. I haven't seen this movie since the theater. But
I've never seen it, so I trust you.
4.
14, final answer.
And that is correct for 1 point. Your next question. What Native American tribe is at the majority of the conflict in The Searchers?
It's the Comanches, Bill.
Okay.
It's the Comanche tribe. Final answer.
And that is correct for 2 points.
Whew.
And your final question. You will find the characters of Artemis Gordon and Arliss Lovelace in what Western?
Isn't that...
It's
that
wiki, wiki, wow, wiki, wiki, wow.
I thought so.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah.
Final answer.
And that is correct for 2 more points. So, with that, I have a total of 25 to 23. Is that what you have, Dylan?
Yep.
All right. With that, we're going to go into our third and final round, known as the Pick Your Poison round. We have a list of categories that the competitors got to choose from. They will pick a 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, and 4 point question in them. One person will answer the 1 point question, the other person will answer the 2, and then they can collaborate on their 3 and 4. You cannot choose the same question at the same point value, however. So, with that being said, we will be right back after our competitors pick their poison after this. All right, and we are back with the teams. Kumite has picked their 1 in comedy, their 2 in directors, their 3 in 90s, and their 4 in action adventure. Whereas Double Indemnity has picked their 1 in romance, their 2 in crime, their 3 in directors, and their 4 in Oscars. Dylan, since I asked Kumite the questions in round 2, ask away for round 3.
Absolutely. So we will start with Bill's 1 point question in the category of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Who plays the title character in Bulworth?
Warren Beatty.
That is correct for 1 point.
All right, and if they hit any of their next ones, we will go to Double Indemnity.
Yep. So moving on to Jake's 2-pointer in directors. Who directed L.A. Confidential?
One of my favorite movies ever. Curtis Hanson.
That is correct for 2 points.
All right, so with that, we will be going to Double Indemnity for their 1 pointer in romance. This will be going to Mr. Redshaw. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. What actress appears in both The Big Sick and What If?
Zoe Kazan.
And that is correct to tie the game up. But since you have more questions, we will be sticking with you. Boatman, we will be going to your 2 in crime. Are you ready?
Yep.
The ending of Dog Day Afternoon takes place at what type of location?
Airport.
And that is correct for 2 more points.
Yep. So we'll now go over to Kumite's 3-point question in the category of 90s, which is RuPaul, Clee Duvall, and Melanie Linsky have supporting roles in what 90s comedy?
Isn't that But I'm a Cheerleader?
I don't think that's the 90s.
5.
Let's repeat
4.
it.
Repeat the question.
Repeat the question.
All right, that is your second repeat. RuPaul, Clea Duvall, and Melanie Linsky have supporting roles in what 90s comedy?
I think it's Drop Dead Gorgeous, Bill.
Okay.
Feel if it's wrong, I mean whatever, but I think I feel pretty good about it.
Go for it.
I'm pretty sure they're all in it. Drop Dead Gorgeous, final answer.
That is unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for But I'm a Cheerleader.
That was the 90s. Shit, I'm sorry.
All right. So we are going to go to Kumite's 4-point question. If they hit it, we will be setting it back to double indemnity. If not, that will be the game. So Dylan, hit them up with their 4-pointer.
Your 4-point question in action adventure. In Shoot 'em Up, what is special about Hertz's gun?
It's tied to his fingerprint.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah,
It only works with his fingerprint.
Final answer.
That is correct for 4 points.
I'm sorry, man.
That's okay.
All right. So we will be going to double indemnity. If they hit any of their questions correct, that will be the game. So we will be going to your 3-point question in director's double indemnity. Are you ready? Your question. Who directed Frank Sinatra in the film The Man with the Golden Arm?
That's Otto Preminger.
Yep.
Otto Preminger, final answer.
And your winners, double indemnity. Out of Preminger was the correct answer. Jesus Christ, what a game. So with that, we will be starting interviews with our unfortunate second place finishers today, double indemnity. Not double indemnity, Kumite. So let's we'll do this. Okay, so Kumite, great match. Like literally the score of 25 would beat anyone any other day. 30. Sorry, my math is terrible. I had a B- in college. I know that's a tough loss, especially when you have that many points behind you. I don't really want to ask how you feel, but what are your thoughts coming out of this match?
You know, surprisingly, I don't feel that terrible.
I do.
I know you do, but
wrong answer. I feel awful.
Literally, how many times have I done that?
I've done it twice in our last 3 matches now for us. We had it against Ginyu. We had our 3 against Ginyu Force, and I talked us out of it. You had this.
Actually, I think I talked us out of that one, but it
doesn't matter. But I talked us out of this one. And listen, they probably would have ran their questions anyway because I don't know why they give a fuck about award shows. Like, who gives a shit what people win? Who cares? Just make the fucking movies. Who cares? God. Just like they get their strength and they sweep. Shocker.
And we get saddled with something that is not our strength.
We did really well in there.
We did pretty well.
That was the second category we didn't want. And
if this was earlier us, we would have probably buckled a little bit, but we didn't. We fought through. We kept it close. I mean, shit, I was 1 away from a perfect round in round 1. That almost never happens.
This is why it's my fault, because you played incredible, and I just fumbled the ball at the goal line. And it just sucks that this is how it ends. for us this year because, man, I just love playing with Bill, and to go out like this to these guys, especially as great as they are, it's just really frustrating to lose to them because now we're gonna get Koho's fucking dumb smug face, and nobody wants that.
Well,
So yeah, I'm done ranting. Let Tony talk because Tony's a beast manager. Let him have his piece.
All right. Well, first off, round 2 was, in terms of spins, was literally worst case scenario, and you only came out down 2 points. So you guys played awesome. Jake, I know you're hurting right now. It fucking sucks, but you're still fucking awesome. You know, you guys played awesome. You don't put up 30 points in a match and not be awesome, okay?
I'm going to second what Tony just said. You guys showed why you were the number 1 seed, why you guys had the title for as long as you did. But with that being said, I unfortunately believe this does end you for this year. But going into next year, you're still going to be a highly contested team. Do you want to throw the challenge out to anyone?
I still want the Bullets match.
Yeah, that's the one I was also hurts because we've never played Bullets Over Broadway. They've been number 1 in our crosshairs for a while now. So
I'm in danger.
I want to put a nice bow on this. I want to congratulate Redshaw and Boatman especially. He's having a hell of a year, and Redshaw's doing great too. I mean, they're good guys. They're my friends, you know.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll spike the ball.
Classless here. That is not my intent. I'm just really frustrated.
You do the same thing I do. I just do it internally when no one's around, and I throw stuff at the wall, and it's fine. But I mean, they played fantastic, and we were right along with them. It's weird. Like, I really don't feel that bad about this loss at all. I just don't. Little mistake happened, but we were right there along the way. We did a hell of a lot better than we did in our first match against them. So, I mean, you know what? Good for them. I don't feel so bad. Let's wrap this up.
Right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. We cannot wait to see you again next season. So, with that being said, whoops, I took out the wrong person. With that being said, let's bring in our winner today, Double Indemnity. Double Indemnity. You guys pulled off an amazing performance today. 31 points.
It's the record.
That's close to the record.
That is the record.
That is the record. All right.
It's been 30 for so long with so many teams. Now it's 31.
I think it was already 31, and we tied it.
Maybe.
Either way, guys. Incredible performance. What are your thoughts coming out of this match?
Yeah. No, first off, great.
Both shot
What?
perfect. Both played a perfect game.
Oh,
Fucking beautiful.
You did.
That. Yeah,
perfect,
I don't know if I've ever done that before, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
But first off, I just want to get this out of the way. Kumite played great. Kumite, like, you don't get a 31-point winning game without the other team playing like gangbusters.
Yes,
absolutely what they did. And they got bad luck. Like, I'm not going to deny that. We got good luck. They got bad luck in terms of round 2. But at the same time, I'm really proud of how we played. I think we played great tonight. I'm really proud of how we played.
absolutely.
With that being said, you will be moving on to the next round. I don't know if I can reveal who else is there right now, but I can say that it will either be Waterloo, Here We Go Again, or Clash of Demon Head, or Bullets Over Broadway and Time Shift. What would be the dream scenario in this case? And is that the same teams that you actually want to play?
I mean, I don't know about dream scenario in terms of easy scenario. I don't want necessarily just a pushover, right? But like, I mean, obviously, I think we want. I mean, no matter what, a Kingsman team's getting in there, so like that's cool. We've never played Clash, So that would be super fun.
I would like to keep it that way.
That's
But
fair.
It's not. It's gonna. That's gonna change.
Assuming Waterloo get in, that would have a weird dynamic because
If we lose to Waterloo, something.
oh gee,
That is Waterloo. Here we go again. Is the
Double
best
indemnity
team
versus
with
Waterloo.
the
They're
name
the best
Waterloo in
Waterloo,
it
yeah.
statistically, and I would like to pummel them. Both said we don't want to. I'll take Waterloo.
Everyone wants Waterloo.
Oh,
And
wow.
then, bullets or time shift. I think either one of those. I don't really. One doesn't tip the scale over the other. For
Bullets
me.
over Broadway would be really, really, really fun.
That's fair.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys for coming. We got a threatening red shot today, which that's super rare. So thank you guys for
And
coming.
I just want to do a quick housekeeping thing. I'm putting on Warzone showrunner hat for a second. This is not the last match Kumite will have this year.
Good to know.
I was trying to tell you that in the private chat bar, but you weren't looking.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm a little distracted.
You're fine.
So, thank you guys for coming. Thank you for delivering that information to me. So, with that being said, we will see you later. Dylan, this was something, and I think we're both glad to have been here for this particular match.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is one of the best matches probably of the season so far. I mean, yeah.
Oh, easily running for match of the year.
Yeah, I mean, 31 to 30 points. That'd be a good score in like a 5-round like title match, and they did it in 3 rounds, which is like nuts. So yeah,
wild outcome. Especially when you get opponent's choice and you still hit that many points. That's nothing to shake your head at. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Multiplex Movie Warzone. I'm Andrew Barr. That's Dylan. And on behalf of Bill, Jake, Tony, Boatman, Redshaw, and Koho, see you around.
Goodbye. Later.
After you, Junior. You'll always have Paris.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
It's been taken.
Bye.